Rhodes Scholars production of Shakespeare's The Comedy of Errors. My name is Maria Bickley, and I taught drama this semester, and we decided to put on a play. We did one last year, and I was crazy enough to say yes again. So anyways, this is our final lesson in drama, and you are here to help me teach it. Because without an audience, is it theater? No, it's not. So we need you, and they work very hard, and so I hope that you enjoy our efforts. And I just want to explain a little bit that this is a play about mistaken identity, and it's Shakespeare's shortest play, and it is based on, it's called farce. It's a very silly comedy, and based on what is called commedia dell'arte. So you're going to see some commedia characters in this, which we researched. So if you'll see some masked characters, we worked very hard on researching what they looked like and how they acted. So I hope you enjoy that, because we've entwined that in the show, not normally done with Shakespeare. But before we begin, I really want to take a moment to thank the Conway First Baptist Church, because, some people, we all love our churches, and we're all very covetous, and we like to hold on, and they've been so incredibly generous. And if you don't know about this church, I just want to let you know that every day of the week, there is a different homeschool group that meets here on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. And I've had a great opportunity to participate in the Wednesdays, CC, and the Thursday Rogue, and the High Day Friday. It's High Day Friday. It's great. And we've enjoyed all of that. When my daughter, we come by this building, she's like, there, that's my school. That's my school. So I'm really grateful that we have the freedom to homeschool, and that we found a church like this that not only opens their doors to all of us to school our families, but to allow us to come into their sanctuary and to create a theater. They have been just the sweetest people and just so generous. I just don't even know what to say. I'm so grateful for this space and for them. So if you see anybody from the church, just thank them. And tonight, when we finish in this moment of time, and that's all theater is a temporal art form, we will take all of this down and we will make it Advent ready, so that the church can enjoy the Christmas season, all right? So we will make sure that we do a good job of cleaning up as if we were never here, okay? So sit back, and oh, wait a minute, I have to tell you, I guess, there's the exits, in case of a fire, and I'll be the first one out screaming. And if you need to use the restrooms at this church, the restrooms are behind us, okay? So it's a little awkward because that's our backstage. So at intermission, there'll be an intermission. We'll have some people opening this door over here that has an exit, and then there's another door. You have to go down a dark alley, and there's another door, and then there's the bathrooms there. Only because that way you don't have to wind your way through our props and all our stuff, and we think it's a little bit safer for you, okay? So without further ado, we're going to begin the Comedy of Errors.
Proceed, Cellinius, to procure my fall, and by the doom of death and woes and all.
Merchant of Syracusa, plead no more. I'm not partial to infringe our laws. The enmity and discord which of late sprung from the rancorous outrage of your duke, to merchants, our well-dealing countrymen, who wanting guilders to redeem our lives, have sued his rigorous statutes with their bloods, and excludes all pity from our threatening looks. For since the mortal and intestine jars twixt thy seditious countrymen and us, it hath in solemn synodus been decreed, both by the Syracusans and ourselves, to admit no traffic to our adverse towns. Nay, more, if any born at Ephesus be seen at Syracusan Martin fairs. Again, if any Syracusan born come to the bay of Ephesus, he dies. His goods confiscate to the duke's dispose, unless 1,000 marks be levied to quit the penalty and to ransom him. Thy substance, valued at the highest rate, cannot amount unto 100 marks. Therefore, by law, thou art condemned to die.
Yet this is my comfort. When your words are done, my woes end likewise with the evening sun.
Well, Syracusan, say in brief the cause why thou departest from thy native home, and for what cause thou camest to Ephesus.
A heavier task could not have been imposed than I speak my griefs unspeakable. Yet that the world may know that my end was wrought by nature, not by vile offense, I'll utter what my sorrow gives me leave. In Syracusa was I born, and wed unto a woman happy but for me, and by me had not our hap been bad. With her I lived in joy. Our wealth increased by prosperous voyages I often made to Danube, till my factor's death, and the great amount of goods at random left, drew me from the kind embracements of my spouse, from whom my absence was not 6 months old, before she, almost at fainting under that pleasing punishment that women bear, made provision for her following me, and soon in safe arrived where I was. There had she not been long, but she became the joyful mother of 2 goodly sons, and that, which was strange, one could not be distinguished from the other, but by name. That very hour, in that self-same inn, a mean woman was delivered of such a burden, male twins, both alike. These, for their parents were exceeding poor, I bought and brought up to attend my sons. My wife, not meanly proud of 2 such boys, made daily motions for our home return. Unwilling, I agreed. Alas, too soon we came aboard. A league from Epidamium had we sailed, for the always window being deep gave any tragic instance of our harm. But longer we did not retain much hope, for what obscure lights the heavens did grant, did but convey unto our minds the doubtful warrant of immediate death, which though myself would gladly have embraced, at the incessant weepings of my wife, weeping before for what she saw must come, and the piteous plainings of the pretty babes, who mourned for fashion, ignorant what to fear, forced me to seek delays for them and me. And this it was, for other means when none. The sailors had sought for safety on our boat, and left the ship, then sinking right to us. My wife, more careful for the latter born, had fastened him into a small spare mast, such as seafaring men provide for storms. To him one of the other twins was bound, whilst I had been like equal of the other. The children thus disposed, my wife and I, fixing our eyes on whom our care was fixed, fastened ourselves at either end of the mast, and floating straight, obedient to the stream, was carried towards Corinth, as we thought. At length the sun, gazing upon the earth, dispersed those foul vapors that had offended us. By the benefit of his wish light, the seas waxed calm, and we discovered 2 ships from afar, making amain to us. Of Corinth that, and of Padaris this. But ere they came, oh, let me say no more. Gather the sequel by that which went before.
Nay, forward, old man, do not break off so, for we may pity, though not pardon thee.
Oh, that the gods had done so, had not now turned them merciless to us. For ere the ships could meet by twice 5 leagues, we were encountered by a mighty rock, which being violently borne upon our hopeful ship was splitted in the midst. And so, in this unjust divorce of us, fortune had left us both alike, what to delight in, what to sorrow for. Her part, poor soul, seeming as burdened and with lesser weight, though not with lesser woe, was carried with more speed for the wind, and in our sight they 3 were taken up by fishers of Corinth. At length another ship had seized on us, and knowing whom it was their hap to save, gave helpful welcome to their shipwrecked guests, and would have reft the fishers of their prey, had not their bark been very slow of sail. Therefore homeward did they wend their course. Thus have you heard me severed from my bliss, that by misfortune my own life prolonged, to tell sad stories of my own mishaps.
And for the sake of them thou sorrowest for, do me the favor to dilate at full. What hath befallen of them and thee till now?
My youngest son, yet my eldest care, at 18 years became inquisitive after his brother, and importuned me that he and his attendant, so his case was like, bereft of his brother, but retained his name, might bear him company in the quest of him. So, whilst I labored of a love to see, I hazarded the loss of whom I loved. 5 summers have I spent in farthest Greece, roaming clean through the bounds of Asia, and coasting homeward came to Ephesus, hopeless to find, yet loath to leave unsought, or that or any place which harbors men. But here must end the story of my life, and happy were I in my kindly death, that all my travels warned me they lived.
Hapless Aegeon, whom the fates have marked to bear the extremities of dire mishaps. Now trust me, were it not against our laws, against my crown, my oath, my dignity, which princes may they not disannul, my soul would sue as advocate of thee. But though thou art adjudged to the death, and passed sentence cannot be recalled but to our great honor's disparagement, yet I will favor thee in what I can. Therefore, merchant, I'll limit thee this day to seek thy life by beneficial help. Try as thou hast in Ephesus to make up the sum. Beg thou or borrow and live. If no, then thou art doomed to die. Jailer, take him to thy custody.
I will, my lord.
Hapless and hopeless doth Aegeon wend, but to procrastinate his lifeless end.
Avaganza!
Therefore, give out the ear of Macedonia, lest too soon your goods be confiscated. This very day a Syracusian merchant is apprehended for his arrival here, and, not being able to buy out his own life, dies as the weary sun sets in the west. Here's your money that I had to keep.
Go, bear to the centaur, where we host, and stay there, Dromio, until I come to thee. Within this hour, 'twill be dinner time. Till then, I'll view the manners of the town, peruse the traders, gaze upon the buildings, and then return and sleep within mine inn. For with long travel, I am stiff and weary. Get thee away.
Many a man will take you at your word, and go indeed, having so good a meaning.
A trusty villain, sir, that very oft, when I am dull with care and melancholy, lightens my humors with his merry jests. What, will you walk with me about the town, and then go to my inn and dine with me?
I am invited, sir, to certain merchants of whom I hope to make much benefit. I crave your pardon. Soon at 5 o'clock, please you will meet you upon the mart, and then consort you until bedtime. My present business calls me from you now.
Farewell, till then. I will go lose myself to wander up and down and view the city.
Sir, I commend you to your own content.
He that commends me to mine own content commends me to that thing I cannot get. I to the world am like a drop of water, which in an ocean seeks another drop, who falling there to find his fellow forth, unseen, inquisitive, confounds himself. So I, to find a mother and a brother, in quest of them, unhappy, lose myself. But here comes the almanac of my true date. What now? How chance our return so soon?
Return so soon? Rather approach too late. The capon burns, the pig falls from the spit. The clock hath struck 12 upon the bell. My mistress made it 1 upon my cheek. She is hot because the meat is cold. The meat is cold because you come not home. You come not home because you have no stomach. You have no stomach, having broken your fast. And we that know what to do fast and pray are penitent for your default today.
Stop in your wind, sir. Tell me this, I pray. Where have you left the money that I gave you?
Oh, 6 pence that I had Wednesday, last to pay the saddler for my mistress's crupper. The saddler had it, sir. I kept it not.
I am not in a sportive humor now. Tell me and dally not. Where is the money? We being strangers here, how darest thou trust so great a charge from thine own custody?
I pray you, jest, sir. As you sit at dinner, I from my mistress come to you in post. If I should return to her, I shall be post indeed, for she will scour your faults upon my pate. Methinks your maw, like mine, should be your clock, and strike you home without a messenger.
Come, Dromio, come. These jests are out of season. Preserve them till a merrier hour of the next. Where is the gold I gave in charge to thee?
To me, sir? Why, you gave no gold to me.
Come on, Sir Knave. Have done your foolishness, and tell me how thou hast disposed thy charge.
My charge was but to fetch you from the mart, home to your house, the Phoenix, sir, to dinner. My mistress and her sister stays for you.
Now, as I am a Christian, answer me, in what safe place you have bestowed my money? Or shall I break that merry sconce of yours that stands on tricks when I am undisposed? Where is the 1,000 marks thou hadst of me?
I have some marks of yours upon my pate, some of my mistress's marks upon my shoulders, but not 1,000 marks between you both. If I should pay your worship those again, perchance you will not bear them patiently.
Thy mistress's marks? What mistress slave hast thou?
Your worship's wife, my mistress at the Phoenix, she that doth fast till you come home to dinner, and prays that you will hie you home to dinner.
What, will thou flout me thus into my face, being forbid? Take down that!
What mean you, sir? For God's sake, hold your hands! Nay, and you'll not. I'll take my heels.
On my life, by some device or other, the villain is robbed of all my money. They say this town is full of cozenage, as nimble jugglers that deceive the eye, dark working sorcerers that change the mind, soul killing witches that deform the body, disguised cheaters, prating mountebanks, and many such like liberties of sin. If it proves so, I will be gone the sooner. I'll to the centaur to go seek this slave. I greatly fear my money is not safe.
they'll overcome. If so, be patient, sister.
Why should their liberty than ours be more?
Because their business lies out of doors.
Look, when I serve him so, he takes it ill.
Oh, no, he is the bridle of your will.
There's none but asses will be bridled so.
Why, headstrong liberty is lashed with woe. There's nothing situate under heaven's eye, but habits bound in earth, in sea, in sky. The beasts, the fishes, and the winged fowls are the male subjects and at their controls. Man, more divine, master of all of these, lord of the wide world and of the wild watery seas, endued with intellectual sense and souls, with more preeminence than fish and fowls, are masters to their females and their lords. Then, let your will attend on their accords.
This servitude makes you to keep unwed.
Not this, the troubles of the marriage bed.
But were you wedded, you would bear some sway.
Ere I learn love, I'll practice to obey.
How, if your husband starts some otherwhere?
Till he'd come home again, I would forbear.
Patience unmoved. No marvel though she pause. They can be meek that have no other cause. A wretched soul bruised with adversity. We bid be quiet when we hear it cry. But were we burdened with like weight of pain, as much or more we should ourselves complain. So thou, that hast no unkind rate to grieve thee, with urging helpless patience would relieve me. But if thou live to see like right bereft, this full-begged patience in thee will be left.
Well, I will marry one day, but to try. Here comes your man, now your husband is nigh.
Say, is your tardy master now at hand?
Nay, he's at two hands with me, and that my 2 ears can witness.
Say, didst thou speak with him? Knowest thou his mind?
Aye, he told me his mind upon mine ear. Beshrew his hand, I scarce could understand it.
Spake he so doubtfully, thou couldst not feel his meaning?
Nay, he struck so plainly, I could too well feel his blows. And with all so doubtfully, I scarce could understand them.
But say, I prithee thee, is he coming home? It seems he hath great care to please his wife.
But why, mistress, sure my master is horn mad.
Horn mad, thou villain!
I mean not cuckold mad, but sure he is stark mad. When I desired him to come home to dinner, he asked me for 1,000 marks in gold. 'Tis dinner time, quoth I.
My gold, quoth he.
Doth burn, quoth I.
My gold, quoth he.
The meat doth burn, quoth I.
My gold, quoth he.
Will you come, quoth I?
My gold, quoth he. Where's the 1,000 marks I gave thee, villain?
My mistress, sir, quoth I.
Hang up thy mistress, I know not thy mistress, out on thy mistress.
Quoth who?
Quoth my master.
I know, quoth he, no house, no wife, no mistress.
So that my errand to unto my tongue, I thank him. I bear home upon my shoulders. For in conclusion, he did beat me there.
Go back. Go back again, thou slave, and fetch him home.
Go back again and be new beaten home? For God's sake, send some other messenger.
Back, slave, or I will break thy pain across.
And he will bless that cross with other beating. Between you, I shall have a holy head.
Fetch thy master home!
I surround with you and you with me. Like a football, you spurn me thus. You spurn me hence, and he will spurn me hither. If I last in the service, you must case me in leather.
Fie, how impatience lureth in your face.
His company must do his minion's grace, whilst I at home starve for a merry look. Has homely age the alluring beauty took from my poor cheek? Then he hath wasted it. Are my discourses dull, barren my wit? If voluble and sharp discourses be marred, unkindness blunts it more than marble hard. Do their gay vestments his affections bait? That's not my fault. He is master of my state. What ruins are in me that can be found by him not ruined? Then he is the ground of my defeatures. My decayed fair, a sunny look of his will soon repair. But too unruly dear, he breaks the pale and feeds from home, for I am but his fail.
Self-harming jealousy. Fie, beat it hence.
Unfeeling fools come with such wrong suspense. I know his eye doth homage otherwhere, or else what lets it but he would be here? Sister, you know he promised me a chain. With that alone a love he would detain, so he would keep fair quarter with his bed. I see the jewel best enameled will lose his beauty. Yet the gold bides still that others touch, and often touching will wear gold. Yet no man that hath a name by falsehood and corruption doth it shame. Since that my beauty cannot please his eye, a weep was left away, and weeping die.
Maybe one fool serve mad jealousy.
The gold I gave to Dromio is laid up, safe at the centaur, and the heedful slave has wandered forth in care to seek me out. By computation and mine host's report, I could not speak with Dromio since at first I sent him from the top. See, here he comes. How now, sir, is your merry humor altered? As you love strokes, so jest with me again. You know no centaur, you receive no gold. Your mistress sent to have me home to dinner? My house? Was that the Phoenix? Wast thou mad that thus so madly thou didst answer me?
What answer, sir? When spake I such a word?
Even here, even now, not half an hour since.
I did not see you since you sent me hence, home to the centaur with the gold you gave me.
Villain, thou didst deny the gold receipt, and toldst me of a mistress and a dinner, for which I hope thou feltest I was displeased.
I am glad to see you in this merry vein. What means this jest, I pray you, master, tell me.
Yea, dost thou jeer and flout me in the teeth? Thinkest thou I just hold? Take thou that, and that!
Hold, sir, for God. Now your jest is earnest. Upon what ground do you give it me?
Because that I familiarly do sometimes use you for my fool, and chat with you, your sauciness will jest upon my love, and make a comment of my serious hours. When the sun shines, let foolish gnats make sport, but creep in crannies when he hides his beak. If you will just and fashion your demeanor to my looks, or I shall beat you in your thoughts!
Scots called you it, so you would leave battering. I'd rather have a head, and you use these blows. I must get a sconce in my head, and sconce it too, or else I shall seek my with my shoulders. But I pray, sir, why am I beaten?
Dost thou not know?
Nothing, sir, but that I am beaten.
Shall I tell you why?
Aye, sir, and wherefore? For they say every why hath a wherefore.
Why? First, for flouting me, and then wherefore, for urging it the second time to me.
Was there ever any man thus beaten out of season, when in the why and the wherefore is neither rhyme nor reason? Well, sir, I thank you.
Thank me, sir, for what?
Marry, sir, for the something you gave me for nothing.
Well, I'll make amends next to give you nothing for something. But say, sir, is it dinner time?
I think the meat wants that I have.
In good time, sir, what's that?
The basting.
Why, sir, then 'twill be dry.
For be, sir, I pray you eat none of it.
Your reason?
Lest it make you choleric and purchase me another dry basting.
Well, sir, learn to jest in good time. There's a time for all things.
Well, I durst have denied that before you were so choleric.
By what rule, sir?
Marry, sir, by a rule as plain as the plain bald pate of Father Time himself.
Let's hear it.
There's no time for a man to recover his hair that grows bald by nature.
Well, may he not do it by fine and recovery?
Yes, to pay a fine for a heroin and recover the lost hair of another man.
Why is time such a niggard of hair, being as it is so plentiful and excrement?
Because it is a blessing that he bestows on these. And what he hath scanted men in hair, he hath given them in wit.
Why, sir, but there's many a man hath more hair than wit. But soft, sir, who wafts us yonder?
I, Antipholus, look strange and frown. Some other mistress hath thy sweet aspects. I am not Adriana, nor thy wife. The time was once, when thou, unurged, wouldst vow that never words were music to thine ear, that never object pleasing in thine eye, that never touch well welcome to thy hand, that never meat sweet savored in thy taste, unless I spake, or looked, or touched, or carved to thee. How comes it now, my husband? Oh, how comes it that thou art then estranged from thyself? Thyself, I call it being strange to me, that indivisible, incorporate, and better than thy dear self's better part. Ah, do not tear away thyself from me, for know, my love, as easy mayest thou fall, a drop of water in the breaking gulf, and take unmingled thence that drop again, without addition or diminishing, as take from me thyself, and not me too. For if we two be one, and thou play false, I do digest the poison of thy flesh, being strumpeted by thy contagion. Keep then fairly in truce with thy true bed. I live disdained, thou undishonored.
Plead you to me, fair dame? I know you not. In Ephesus I am but 2 hours old, as strange unto your town as to your talk, which every word by all my wit being scanned, wants wit in all one word to understand.
Fie, brother, how the world has changed with you. When were you wont to use my sister thus? She sent for you by Dromio home to dinner.
By Dromio?
By me?
By thee, and this thou didst return from him, that he did buffet thee, and in his blows denied my house for his, me for his wife.
Did you converse, sir, with this gentlewoman? What is the course and drift of your compact?
Aye, sir, I never saw her till this time.
Villain, thou liest, for even her very words didst thou deliver to me on the march.
I never spake with her in all my life.
How can she thus then call us by our names? Unless it be by inspiration.
How ill agrees it with your gravity to counterfeit thus grossly with your slave, abetting him to thwart me in my mood? Be it my wrong, you are from me exempt. But wrong not that wrong with a more contempt. Come, I will fasten on the sleeve of thine. Thou art an elm, my husband. I a vine, whose weakness, married by thy stronger state, makes me with thy strength to communicate. If aught has its dross, usurping ivy, briar, or idle moss, who all for want to prune thee with intrusion, infect thy sap and live on thy confusion.
To me she speaks. She moves before her theme. What, was I married to her in my dream? Or sleep I now, and think I hear all this? What error drives our eyes and ears amiss? Until I know this sure uncertainty, I'll entertain the offered fallacy.
Dromio, go bid the servants spread for dinner.
Oh, for my beads, that cross me for a sinner. This is the fairyland of spite of spites. We talk with goblins, owls, and sprites. We obey them not, this will ensue. They'll suck our breath and pinch us black and blue.
Why prayest thou to thyself, and answerest not? Dromio, thou, now thou slug, thou sod.
I'm transformed, master, am I not?
I think thou art in mind, and So am I.
Nay, both in mind and in my shape.
Thou hast thine own form.
No, I'm an ape, else it could never be. But I should know her as well as she knows me.
Come, come. No longer will I be a fool to put the finger in the eye and weep whilst man and master laughs my woes to scorn. Come, sir, to dinner. Dromio, keep the gate. Husband, I'll dine above with you today and shrive you with 1,000 idle francs. Sirrah, if any asks you for your master, say he dines forth and let no creature enter. Come, sister, Dromio, play the porter well.
Am I in earth, in heaven, or in hell? Sleeping or waking, mad? Well advised. Known into these into myself disguise? I'll say as they say, persever so, and in this mist that all adventures go.
Master, shall I be porter at the gate?
Aye, and let none enter, lest I break your gate.
Come in, Syphilis. We dine too late. Hyle! 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 My hero! Thank you!
Good Signor Angelo, you must excuse us all. My wife is shrewish when I keep not hours. Say that I lingered with you at your shop to see the making of her carcanet, and that tomorrow you will bring it home. But here's a villain that would face me down, that I met him on the marks, and that I beat him, and charged him with 1,000 marks in gold, and that I did deny my wife and house. Thou drunkard, thou, what didst thou mean by this?
Say what you will, sir, but I know what I know, that you beat me at the mark. I have your hand to show. If the skin were parchment and the blows you gave were ink, your own handwriting would tell me what I think.
I think thou art an ass.
Very so doth appear, by the wrongs I suffer and the blows I bear. I should kick being kicked, and being at that pass, you would keep in my heels and beware of an ass.
Oh, but you're sad, Signor Balthazar. Pray God our good cheer will answer my goodwill and your good welcome here.
I hold your dainties cheap, sir. And you're welcome, dear.
Oh, Signor Balthazar, either at flesh or fish, a table full of welcome makes scarce one dainty dish.
Good meat is common, that every churl affords.
And welcome more common, for that's not good words.
Small cheer and great welcome makes a merry feast.
Aye, to a niggardly host and more sparing guest. But though my cakes be lean, take them in good part. Better cheer may you have, but not with better heart. Soft, my door's locked.
Yo, bid them let us in. Maud, Bridget, Marion, Cicely, Gillian, Gid.
Mo, Multors, Capon, Coxcomb, Idiot Patch, either get thee from the door, or sit down at the hatch. Thou shalt conjure for wenches that thou call sirs at store. When one is one too many, go, get thee from the door.
What patches made our quarter? My master stays in the stream.
Let him walk from whence he came, lest he catch cold on his feet.
Who talks within there? Ho! Open the door.
Right, I'll tell you when, sir, and you'll tell me wherefore.
Wherefore? For my dinner. I have not dined today.
Nor today, here you must not. Come again,
What art thou that keepest me from the house I owe?
the porter for this time, sir, and my name is Dromio.
Whoa, 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 whoa! Thou hast stolen both mine office and my name. One there got me credit, and the other mickle blade. If thou hadst spent Romeo in my place today, I would have changed thy face for a name.
What court is that? Dromio, who are those at the gate? Shake,
my master be loose.
Right now it comes turn right and so tie you must stop, tie you must, right?
Oh, Lord, that's a stop. And I with the proverb, shall I set it my staff?
How I do with the law, that's one, can you tell? Can you tell, eh?
That answered it well.
Do you hear, you minion? You'll let us in, I hope.
I thought to that's you!
And you said no.
So come up. Well struck. There was blood for blood. Thou baggage, let me in. You'll cry for this minion if I beat the door down.
What needs all that in a pair of stocks in the town, eh? Who is that at the door that keeps all this noise?
On my judge, your town is troubled with unruly boys.
Are you there, wife? You might have come before.
Your wife, sir knave. Go, get you from the door.
If you went in pain, master, this knave would go sore.
Here is neither cheer, sir, nor welcome. We would fain have either.
And debating which was best, we shall depart with neither.
Stand at the door, master. Bid them welcome hither. There is something in the wind. We cannot get in. You would say so, master, if your garments were thin. Your cake here is warm and thin. You stand here in the cold. It would make a man as mad as a buck to be so bought and sold. Go, fetch me something. I'll break open the gate.
Break any breaking here, and I'll break your knave's face.
A man may break a word with you, sir, and words are but winds. I am breaking it in your face, so we break it not behind.
It seems thou wants breaking out upon behind.
Here's too much. Out upon thee, I pray thee, let me in.
I would fowls have no feathers, and fish have no fin.
Well, I'll break in. You'll borrow me a crow. A crow without a feather? Master mean you so. For a fish without a fin, there's a fowl without a feather. If a crow help us in, Sir Hop, we'll pluck a crow together. Don't get thee gone. Fetch me an iron crow.
Have patience, sir. Oh, let it not be so. Herein you war against your reputation, and draw within the compass of suspect the unviolated honor of your wife. Take this, your long experience of her wisdom, her sober virtue, years and modesty, plead on her part some cause to you unknown. For doubt not, sir, but you were well excused by the time the doors are made against you. Be ready, depart in patience. Let us to the tiger all to dinner. And about evening come yourself alone to know the reason of this strange restraint. For if by strong hand you offer to break in, now in the stirring passion of the day, a vulgar comment will be made of it, and as supposed by the common rout, against your yet ungalled estimation, may with foul intrusion enter in upon your grave when you are dead. For slander lives upon succession, forever house it where it gets possession.
You have prevailed. I will depart in quiet. In spite of mirth, mean to be merry. I know a wench of excellent discourse, pretty and witty, wild and yet too gentle. This woman that I mean, my wife, though I protest without desert, hath oftentimes upbraided me withal. To her we will to dinner. Good sir, oath is made. Bring it, I pray you, to the porpentine, for there's the house. The chain will I bestow, be it nothing but to spite my wife upon mine hostess there. Good sir, make haste. Since my own doors refuse to entertain me, I'll knock elsewhere to see if they'll disdain me.
I'll meet you at that place, on our hence.
Do so. This jest shall cost me some expense.
May it be that you have quite forgotten your husband's office? Shall, Antipholus, even in the spring of love thy love springs wrought, shall love in building grow so ruinous? If you did wed my sister for her wealth, then for her wealth's sake use her with more kindness. Or, if you did like elsewhere, do it by stealth. Muffle your false love with some show of blindness. Let not my sister read it in your eye. Be not thy tongue thy own shame's order. Look sweet, speak fair. Become disloyalty. Apparel life's like virtue's harbinger. Bear a fair presence though your heart be tainted. Teach them the carriage of a holy saint. Be secret false, when needs you be acquainted. Ill deeds are doubled with an evil word. Alas, poor woman make us but believe, being compact of credit, that you love us. Though others have the arm, show us the sleeve. When in your motion turn and you remove us. Then, gentle brother, get you in again. Comfort my sister, cheer her, call her wife. 'Tis holy sport to be a little vain, when the sweet breath of flattery conquers strife.
Sweet mistress, what your name is else I know not, nor by what wonder you do hit of mine. Less in your knowledge and your grace, you show not that ours wonder, more than earth divine. Oh, teach me, dear creature, how to think and speak. Lay open to my earthy gross conceits, smothered in errors, feeble, shallow, weak, the folded meaning of your words' deceit. Against my soul's pure truth, why labor you, to make it wander in an unknown field? Are you a god? Would you create me new? Transform me then, into your power I'll yield. But if that I am I, then well I know, your weeping sister is no wife of mine, nor to her bed no homage do I owe. Far more, to you do I decline. Oh, train me not, sweet mermaid, with thy note, to drown me in thy sister's flood of tears. Sing siren for thyself, and I will dote. Spread o'er the silver waves thy golden hairs, and as a bed I'll take them in their lie, and in that glorious supposition think, he gains by death that hath such means to die. Let love, being light, be drowned if she sink.
What? Are you mad that you do reason so?
Not mad, but mated, how I do not know.
It is a fault that springeth from your eye.
For gazing on your beams, fair sun, being by,
Gaze when you should. That will clear your sight.
as good to wink, sweet love, as look on night.
Why call you me love? Call my sister so.
Thy sister's sister.
That's my sister.
No, it is thyself, mine own self's better part. Mine eye's dear eye, my dear heart's dear heart, my food, my fortune, and my sweet hope's aim, my soul earth's heaven, and my heaven's claim.
All this my sister is, or else should be.
Call thyself sister, For I am thee. Thee will I love, and with thee lead my life. Thou hast no husband yet, and I no wife. Oh, give me thy hand.
Stop, sir. Hold you still. I'll fetch my sister to get her goodwill.
How now, Dromio? Why is thou so fast?
You know me, sir? Am I Dromio? Am I your man? Am I myself?
Thou art Dromio, thou art my man, thou art thyself.
I am a woman's man, and besides myself.
What woman's man, and how besides thyself?
Marry, sir, I am due to a woman. One that claims me, one that haunts me, one that will have me.
What claim lays she to thee?
Marry, sir, such a claim as you would lay to your horse, and she would have me as a beast. Not that I, being a beast, she would have me, but that she, being a very beastly creature, lays claim to me.
What is she?
A very reverend body. I, such a one as a man may not speak of, without he say, Sir Reverence. I have but little luck in the match, yet she is a wondrous fat marriage.
What does that mean, a fat marriage?
Marry, sir, she's the kitchen wench in all Greece. They will not used to put her to, but to make a lamb of her and run from her with her own light. I warned her rags, the tallow in them will burn a hole in winter. If she lives till doomsday, she'll burn a week longer than the whole world.
Well, what complexion is she of?
Sword like my shoe, but her face nothing like so clean kept. For why? She sweats, landing the overshoes in the grime of it.
That's a fault that water will mend.
No, sir, 'tis ingrained. Noah's flood could not do it.
What is her name?
No, sir, but her name and 3/4, that's an L, and 3/4, will not measure her from hip to hip.
Well, then she bears some breadth.
No longer from head to foot, as from hip to hip. She is spherical. Like a globe. I know countries in her.
In what part of her body stands Scotland?
Founded by the Baroness, hard in the palm of her hand.
Where is France?
In her forehead, armed and converted, making war against her hair. Where England? I looked for the chalky cliffs, but I could find no likeness in them. But I guess that it stood from the chin, by the submarine I ran between France and it.
Where Spain?
Faith I saw it not, but I felt it hot in her breath.
Where America? The Indies?
Oh, sir, upon her nose, all over embellished with rubies, carbuncles, sapphires, declining their rich aspect to the hot breath of Spain, who sent whole armadas of carrots to be ballast at her nose.
Where stood Belgium? The Netherlands?
Oh, sir, I did not look so low. But divinely, called me Romeo, swore I was a shirt to her, told me what pretty marks I had about me, as the mark on my shoulder, the mole in my neck, and the great wart in my left arm, that I amazed ran from her as a witch, and I think, had my heart not been made of faith, my breast of steel, she had transformed me into a curdled dog and made me turn at the wheel.
Go, hiding presently, post to the road, and if the wind blow any way from shore, I will not harbor in this town tonight. If any ship puts forth, come to the mark, where I will walk till thou return to me. If everyone knows us, and we know none, 'tis time, I think, to trudge, pack and be gone.
As for a bear, a man would run for life, so fly I from her that would be my wife.
There's none but witches do inhabit here, and therefore 'tis high time I were hence. She that doth call me husband, my soul doth even for a wife abhor. But her fair sister, possessed of such a gentle, sovereign grace, hath almost made me traitor unto myself. But lest myself be guilty to self-wrong, I'll stop mine ears against the mermaid's song.
Master Antipholus,
I, that's my name. I know it well, sir. Lo, here is the chain. I thought you were taking it for time, but the chain unfinished. Maybe stay thus long. What is your will that I should do with this? What please yourself, sir? I made it for you. Who made it for me, sir? I bespoke it not. Not once, nor twice, but 20 times you have. Go home with it and please your wife with all. And soon, at supper time, I'll visit you and receive my money for the chain. I pray you, sir, receive the money now, lest you ne'er see chain nor money more. You are a merry man, sir. Fare you well. What I should think of this, I cannot tell. But this I think. There's no man is so vain as would refuse so fair an offered chain. I see a man here needs outlive by shifts, when in the streets he meets such golden gifts. I'll to the mart and there for Dromio stay, and if any ship puts forth, then straight away. Just the sum that I do owe to you is growing to me by intellect. And in the instant that I met with you, you counted me a chain. At 5 o'clock, I shall receive the money for the same. Please, if you walk with me down to his house, I will discharge my bond and thank you too.
Not labor, you may say. See where he comes.
Well, I go to the goldsmith's house, go down and buy a rope's end. That will I bestow among my wife and her confederates for locking me out of doors by day. But I see the goldsmith. Go now, buy a rope's end, and bring it home to me. I buy £1,000 a year. I buy a rope. A man as well hold the trust to you. I promised your presence and the chain, but neither chain nor goldsmith came to me. Methinks you thought our love would last too long, were it chained together and therefore came not.
Saving your merry humor, here's the note how much your chain weighs to the utmost carat, the finest of the gold and charitable fabric, which doth amount to 3 odd ducats more than I stand indebted to this gentleman. I pray you, sir, see him presently dispatched, for he's bound to see you, stay but for it.
I am not furnished with the present money. Besides, I have some business in the town. Good senor, take this stranger to my house, and bid my wife disperse the sum on the receipt thereof. Perchance I come as soon as you.
Then you will bring the chain word yourself.
Nay, bear it with you, and perchance I come not time enough.
Well, sir, I will. Have you the chain about you?
And if I have it not, sir, I hope you have. Or else you may leave without your money.
Nay, come, sir, I pray you, give me the chain. Both wind and tide, says this gentleman, and I complain. I've held him here too long.
Good Lord, you use this dalliance to excuse your breach of promise to the porpentine. I should have chid you for bringing it not, but like a shrew, you first begin to brawl.
My business cannot brook this dalliance. Good sir, send where you'll answer the unknown. If not, I'll leave him to the officer.
This touches me in reputation. I think consent to pay this sum for me, or I attach you by this officer.
Bring the chain to my wife and receive your money.
You know I gave it you half an hour since.
You gave me none. You wronged me much to say so.
You wrong me more, sir, in denying. Consider I was sent upon my credit.
Well, officer, arrest him at my suit.
I do arrest you and charge you in the Duke's name to obey.
This touches me in reputation. I think consent to pay this sum for me, or I catch you by this officer.
Consent to pay thee that I never had? Arrest me, foolish fellow, if thou darest.
Here is thy fee. Arrest him, officer. I would not spare my brother in this case, if he should scorn me so apparently.
I do arrest you. You hear the suit.
I do, and I obey thee till I give thee bail. But, sirrah, you shall mark this sport as dear, as all the metal in your shop shall answer.
Sir, I shall have law in evidence. To your notorious shame, I doubt it not.
Master, there's a bark of epidemium that stays but till her owner comes aboard. And then, sir, she bears away. Our product, sir, I have conveyed aboard, and I have bought the oil, balsamum, and aquavitae. The ship is in her trim. The merry wind blows fair from land. They stay for not at all, but for their owner, master, and yourself.
How now, a madman! Thou perish, slave. What ship of epidamium stays for me?
A ship you sent me to hire wafted.
Thou drunken slave, I sent thee for a rope, and told you of what purpose and what end.
You sent me for a rope, send us soon, sir. You sent me to the bay, sir, for a bark.
Debate this matter at more leisure, and teach your ears to list with more heed. Go straight to Adriana, give her this key, and tell her in the desk that it's covered o'er with the Turkish tapestry, there is a purse of ducats. Let her send it, and tell her I am rested in the street, and that shall bail me. Go, get thee gone. On, officer, to prison till it comes.
To Adriana, that is where we dine. Where Dowsabel did claim me for her husband. She is too big, I hope, for me to compass. Thither I must go, though against my will, for servants must their master's mind fulfill.
With what persuasion did he tempt thy love? With the words that in an honest suit might move. First he did praise my beauty, then my speech. Did I speak him fair? Have patience, I beseech. I cannot, nor I will not hold me still. My tongue, though not my heart, shall have his will. He is deformed, crooked, old, and sear, ill-faced, worse-bodied, shapeless, everywhere. Vicious, ungentle, foolish, blunt, unkind, stigmatical in making, worse in mind. Who would be jealous then of such a one? No evil lost is well when it is gone. But I think him better than I say. And yet when herein others' eyes are worse, far from the nest the laughing cries away. My heart prays for him, though my tongue do curse.
Here we go. The test, the purse, sweet, now make haste.
How hast thou lost thy breath?
By running fast.
Where is thy master, Romeo? Is he
no, a devil in an everlasting garment hath him. One whose hard heart is buttoned up with steel. A fiend, a fairy, pitiless and rough. A wolf, nay worse, a fellow all in buff. A back friend, a shoulder clapper. One that countermands the passages of alleys, creeks, and narrow lands.
My man, what is the matter?
I do not know the matter. He's arrested on the case.
What? Is he arrested? Tell me at whose suit?
No, not at whose suit he is arrested, well, but it's in a suit of buff who dressed in him. That I can tell. Will you send him Mistress Redemption, the money in his desk?
Go, fetch it, sister. This I wonder at, that he, unknown to me, should be in debt. Tell me, was he arrested on a band?
Not on a band, but on a stronger thing. A chain, a chain. Do you not hear it ring?
What, the chain?
No, the bell. 'Tis time that I were gone. It was 2 hours left him, and now the clock strikes 1.
The hours come back, that did I never hear.
Oh, yes, if any hour means a sergeant, he turns back for very fear.
As if time were in debt. How fondly dost thou reason?
Time is a very bankrupt, and knows more than he's worth this season. Nay, he's a thief, too. Have you not heard men say that time goes stealing on by night and day? If he be in debt and theft, and the sergeant in the way, hath he not reason to turn back an hour in the day?
Go, Romeo. There's the money. Bear it straight and bring thy master home immediately. Come, sister. I am pressed down with conceit. Conceit my comfort and my injury.
There's not a man I meet but doth salute me, as if I were their well-acquainted friend, and everyone doth call me by my name.
Hi, Antiblet!
Some tender money to me, some invite me, some others give me thanks for kindnesses, some offer me commodities to buy. Why, even now, a tailor called me into his shop and showed me silks that he had bought for me, and therewithal took measure of my body. Sure, these are but imaginary wilds. Lapland sorcerers inhabit here.
Master,
Ah!
here's the gold you sent me for. What, have you got the picture of old Adam new apparel?
What gold is this? What Adam dost thou mean?
Not that Adam that kept the paradise, but that Adam that keeps the prison. He that goes in the calfskin that was killed for the prodigal. He that came behind you, sir, like an evil angel, and bid you forsake your liberty.
I understand you not.
No, 'tis a plain case. He that went like a base veal in a case of leather. He that, when gentlemen are tired, gives them a saw and rests them.
Oh, what thou meanst an officer?
Aye, sir, the sergeant of the band. He that brings any man to answer it that breaks it. And he that thinks a man always going to bed and says, God give you good rest.
Well, sir, there rest in your foolery. Is any ship puts forth? May we be gone?
Why, sir, I brought you word an hour since that the bark expedition put forth tonight, and then were you hindered by the sergeant to tarry for the hoy delay. Here are the angels that you sent for to deliver you.
The fellow is distracted, and so am I. And here we wander in illusions. Some blessed power deliver us from hence.
Well met, Master Antiblet. I see, sir, you found the goldsmith now. Is that the chain you promised me today?
Satan of
she is worse. She is the devil's mother. And here she comes to the light. It is written to men, they appear like angels of light. Light is an effect of fire, and fire will burn. Ergo, light wenches will burn. Come not near her.
You're a man, and you are marvelous merry, sir. Will you go with me now? We'll mend our dinner here.
Master, if you do, expect spoon or bespeak a long spoon.
Why, Dromio?
Very, sir. He must have a long spoon that must eat with the devil.
Avoid then, fiend. What tellest thou me of supping? Thou art, as you all are, a sorceress.
I conjure thee to leave me!
Or for my diamond, the chain you promised. And I'll be gone, sir, and not trouble you.
Some devils ask but the parings of one's nail. A rush, a hair, a drop of blood, a pin, a nut, a cherry stone. But she, more covetous, would have a chain. Master, be wise and give it her. The devil will shake her chain and fright us with it.
I pray you, sir, my ring or else the chain. I hope you do not mean to cheat me so.
Avaunt, thou witch! Come, Dromio, let us go!
Fly pride, says the peacock, mistress that you know.
Now, out of doubt Antipholus is mad, else would he never so demean himself. A ring he hath of mine worth 40 ducats, and for the same he promised me a chain. Both one and the other he denies me now. The reason that I gather he is mad, besides this present instance of his rage, is a mad tale he told today at dinner, of his own doors being shut against his entrance, like his wife, acquainted with his fits, on purpose shut the door against his way. My way is now to hie home to his house and tell his wife that, being lunatic, he rushed into my house and took perforce my ring away. This course I could just choose, for 40 ducats is too much to lose.
Fear me not, man. I will not break away. I will give thee, ere I leave thee, so much money to warrant thee as I am rested for. My wife is in a wayward mood today, and will not likely trust the messenger I am attached in Ephesus. I tell you, 'twill sound harshly in her ears. Ah, but here comes my man. I think he brings the money. How now, sir, have you that I sent you for?
Here's that I warrant you will pay them all.
But where's the money?
Why, sir, I gave the money for the rope.
500 ducats, villain? For a rope?
I'll serve you, sir. 500 at the rate. To what end bid I tie to get thee home? To a rope's end, sir, and to that end I am returned.
And to that end I will welcome you!
Sir, be patient.
Nay, since you're me to be patient, I'm in adversity.
Good, now hold thy tongue.
Yes, those villains made him to hold his hands. I would I were senseless, sir, that I might not feel your blows.
Thou art sensible in nothing, and so is an ass!
I am an ass indeed. You may prove it by my long ears. I have served him from the hour of my nativity to this instant, and have nothing at his hands for my service but blows. When I am cool, he heats me with beating. When I am warm, he cools me with beating. I am waked with it when I sleep, raised with it when I sit, driven out of doors with it when I go from home, welcomed home with it when I return. Nay, I bear it on my shoulders as a beggar want her brat. And I think when he hath lamed me, I shall beg with it from door to door.
Come, go away. My wife is coming yonder.
Mistress, speech Mina, respect your end, or rather the prophecy let you parrot. Beware the rope's end.
Say you now, is not your husband now?
His instability confirms no less. Good Dr. Pinch! You are a conjurer. Establish him in his true sense again, and I will please you what you will demand.
As so sharp and fiery he looks, watch how he trembles in his ecstasy. Give me your hand and let me feel your pulse.
Here's my hand that I feel you're in.
I charge thee, Satan! House within this man! To yield possession to my holy prayers, and to thy form state of darkness, I hide and strike, and conjure thee, foul saints in heaven!
Peace, doting wizard, I am not mad.
Oh, that thou wert not, poor distressed soul!
Minion, you? Are these your customers? This companion with the saffron face, dine and revel in my house today, while my guilty doors were shut upon me, and I am locked out?
Oh, husband, now thou who know you dined at home, where would you have remained until such time? Free from these slanders and this open shame.
Dined at home? Thou villain now! What sayest thou?
Sir, sooth to say you did not dine at home.
Were not my doors locked upon me and I shut out?
Pretty, your doors are locked and you shut out.
And did not she herself revile me there?
Stand, Fable, she herself reviles you there.
And did not her kitchen maid wail and taunt and scorn me?
That she did, the kitchen vessel scorned you.
And did not I, enraged, depart from thence?
In verity you did, sir. My bones bear witness that sense felt the vigor of his rage.
Is it good to soothe him in these contraries?
It is no shame to fellow finds his vain and yielding to him too much well.
The born with the goldsmith to arrest me.
I sent you money to redeem you. By Dromio here, who came in haste for it.
Money by me? Heart and goodwill you might, but surely not a rag of money.
He came to me, and I delivered it.
And I witness what her like she did.
God and the rope maker bear me witness that I was sent for nothing but a rope.
Mistress, both man and master, is possessed. I know better. Hell, deadly luck. They must be bound and laid in some dark room. Soon,
amongst the herd for 1,000 money?
Oh, sir.
I did not, gentle husband, lost these swords.
And I, gentle master. We were locked out.
That was villain! That'll be his fault and fault!
Dissembling harlot! Thou art false in all. Thou art confederate with a damned pack to make an abject of loathsome scorn of me. But with these nails I will pluck out those eyes that would observe me in this shameful sport.
Where I can find him! Let him come not near me! Where can he? The maid is girl, look at him!
Oh,
Oh, man! I'll tell him on you, Lord!
What? Master, no, my leader! Thou jailer thou, sign thy prisoner! Master, thou suffer a rescue!
Master, let's get up!
Master!
Go! Find his head!
Oh!
Take it down! What will thou do, thou peevish officer? Hast thou delight to see a wretched man do outrage and displeasure to himself?
He is my prisoner. If I let him go, the debt he owes will be required of me.
I will discharge thee ere I go from thee. Bear me forthwith unto his creditor, and knowing how the debt grows, I will pay. Good master doctor, see him safe conveyed home to my house. Oh, most unhappy day!
Almost unhappy, strumpet! The master right here has been gone for you! What? Wherefore dost thou man me? Believe you bound for nothing, good master? God is the devil! Ah!
God help poor souls, how idly do they talk! Say now, whose suit is he arrested at?
One, Angelo, the goldsmith. Do you know him?
I know the man. What is the sum he owes?
200 ducats.
Say, how grows a duke?
By a chain he had of him.
He did bespeak a chain for me, but had it not.
When as your husband, all enraged today, came to my house and took away my ring, the ring I saw upon his finger now. Straight after did I meet him with a chain.
It may be so, but I did never see it. Come, jailer, bring me where the goldsmith is. I want to know the truth hereof at large. God, for that mercy, they are loose again, and come with naked swords. Let's come our help to have them bound again.
Oh wait, they'll kill us!
I see these witches are afraid of swords!
See, that would be your wife that ran from you.
Come, let us to the centaur. We'll fetch our stuff from thence. I long that we were safe and sound aboard.
Faith, stay here this night. They will surely do us no harm. You saw they speak us fair, give us gold. Methinks they're such a gentle nation that but for the mountain of mad flesh that claims marriage on me, return witch.
I will not stay tonight for all the town. Therefore, away to get our stuff aboard.
I am sorry, sir, that I have hindered you, but I protest he hath the chain of me, though most dishonestly he doth deny.
How is the man esteemed here in the city?
Of very reverend reputation, sir, of credit infinite, highly beloved, second to none here within the city. His word might bear my wealth at any time.
Yonder, as I think, he walks.
'Tis so, and that self-chain about his neck, which he forswore most monstrously to have. Good sir, draw near to me. I'll speak to him. Signor Antipholus, I wonder much that you should put me to this shame and trouble, and not without some scandal to yourself, with circumstance and oath so to deny this chain, which now you wear so openly, and beyond the charge, the shame, imprisonment. You've done wrong to this my honest friend, who, but for staying on our controversy, had hoisted sail with the sea today. This chain you had of me, can you deny it?
I think I had. I never did deny it.
Yes, that you did, sir, and forswore it too.
Who heard me to deny it or forswear it?
These ears of mine, thou knowest, did hear thee. Fie upon thee, wretch! 'Tis pity that thou livest, to walk where any honest men resort.
Thou art a villain to impeach me thus. I'll prove mine honor and mine honesty against thee presently, if thou darest stand.
I dare, and do defy thee for villainy.
Oh, hurry back! For God's sake, he is mad! Some get within him! Take his sword away! Bind Romeo too, and bear them to my house!
Run, master, run! For God's sake, take a house. This is some priory. In of your spoils.
Be quiet, people! Wherefore throng you hither?
To fetch my poor distracted husband hence. Let us come in, that we may bind him forth and send him home for help.
I knew he was not in his perfect wits.
I am sorry now that I did draw on him.
How long hath this possession held the man?
This week he hath been heavy, sour, sad, and much different from the man he was. But till this afternoon, his outrage ne'er break into extremity of rage.
Right.
Have he not lost much wealth?
Hath he not lost much wealth by wrath of sea? Buried some dear friend? Hath not else his eye strayed his affection in unlawful love? A sin prevailing much in youthful men, who give their eyes the liberty of gazing? Which of these sorrows is he subject to?
To none of these, except it be the last, namely, some love that drew him off from home.
You should for that have reprehended him.
Why, so I did,
Aye, but not enough.
as roughly as my modesty would let me,
Haply, in private.
and in assemblies too.
Aye, but not enough.
It was the copy of our conference. In bed, he slept not for my urging it. At board, he fed not for my urging it. Alone, it was the subject of my theme. In company, I often glanced at it, but still did I tell him it was vile and bad.
And thereof came it that the man was mad. The venom clamors of a jealous woman. Poisons more deadly than a mad dog's tooth. It seems his sleeps were hindered by thy rail. And thereof comes it that his head is light. Thou sayest his meat was sauced with thy upbraiding. Unquiet meals make ill digestion. And thereof the raging fire of fever bred. And what is a fever but a fit of madness? Thou sayest the sports were hindered by thy brawls. Sweet recreation barred. What doth ensue but moody and dull melancholy, kinsman to grim and comfortless despair? And at her heels a huge infectious troop of pale distemperatures and closing life. In food, in sport, and life-preserving rest, to be disturbed from mad or man or beast. The consequence is then, thy jealous fits hath scared thy husband from the use of wits.
She never reprehended him but mildly, when he demeaned himself rude, rough, and wildly. Well, I bear you these rebukes and answer not. She did betray me to my own reproof. Good people, enter and lay hold on him.
No, not a creature enters into my house.
I will attend my husband, be his nurse, die his sickness. For it is my office, and will have no attorney but myself. Therefore, let me have him home with me.
Be patient. Thou shalt not have him, till I use the approved means I have, with wholesome syrups, drugs, and holy prayers, to make of him a formal mankin. It is a branch and parcel of my order, a charitable duty of my oath. Therefore depart, and leave him here with me.
I will not hence and leave my husband here. And ill it doth beseem your holiness to separate the husband and the wife.
Be quiet and depart. Thou shalt not have him.
Complain to the Duke of this indignity. Come, go. I will fall prostrate at his feet, and never rise until my tears and prayers have won his grace
6, I think, the dial points at 5. Anon, I'm sure, the Duke himself in person comes this way to the melancholy vale, the place of death and sorry execution, beyond the ditches of this abbey here.
Upon what call?
To see a reverend Syracusian merchant, who put unluckily into this bay, against the laws and statutes of his town, beheaded publicly for his offense.
See where they come. We will behold his death.
Kneel to the Duke before he pass the abbey.
Yet once again, proclaim it publicly. If any friend shall pay the sum for him, he shall not die. So much we tender him.
Justice, most sacred Duke, against the abbess.
She is a virtuous and a reverend lady. It cannot be that she hath done thee wrong.
May it please your grace. Antipholus, my husband, who I made lord of me and all I had, at your embroidered letters, this ill day, a most outrageous fit of madness took him. That desperately he hurried through the streets, with him his bondman, all as mad as he, doing displeasure to the citizens by rushing in their houses, bearing his rings, tools, anything his rage did like. Once I got him bound and sent him home, whilst to take order for the wrongs I went that here and there his fury had committed. Anon, I wot not by what strong escape, they broke from those that had the guard of him, and with his mad attendant and himself, each one with ireful passion, with drawn swords met us again, till raising up more aid, we came again to bind him. Then they fled into this abbey, whither we pursued him. And here the abbess shuts the gate on us, and will not suffer us to fetch him out, nor will she send him forth that we may bear him hence. Therefore, most gracious Duke, with thy command, let him be brought forth and borne hence for help.
Long since thy husband served me in my wars, and I to thee engaged in a prince's word when thou didst make him master of thy bed, to do him all the grace and good I could. Go, some of you, knock at the abbey gate, and bid the lady abbess come to me. I will determine this before I stir.
Oh, mistress, shift and save yourself. The master and his man are both broke loose, beating the maids a row. And thou the doctor, whose beard they have singed off, with brands of fire, and ever as it blazed, they threw on him great pails of puddled mire to quench the hair.
My master preaches patience to him, and the while, his man with scissors makes him like a fool. And sure, unless you don't send some present help, between them, they will kill the doctor.
They're gonna kill him, they're gonna kill him, they're gonna kill him, they're gonna kill him.
Thy master and his man are here, and that is false thou dost report to us.
Mistress, upon my life, I tell you true. He vows if he can take you, to scorch your face, to disfigure you. Mistress, by me God.
Come, stand by me. Fear nothing. Guard with halberd.
Ay, me! It is my husband! Witness you, he is born about invisible. Even now, we house him in the abbey here. And now he's there! Has not of human reason!
Justice, most gracious Duke, grant me justice, even for the service I long since did thee, when I bestride thee in the wars and took deep scars to save thy life, even for the blood that I lost for thee, now grant me justice.
Unless the fear of death doth make me dote, I see my son, Antipholus, and Dromio.
Justice, most gracious Duke, against that woman there! She whom thou gavest me to be my wife, that hath abused and dishonored me! Even in the strength and height of injury, beyond imagination is the wrong that she this day hath heaped upon me.
Discover how, and thou shalt find me just.
She hath this day locked the doors upon me, while she with harlots feasted in my house.
A grievous fault. Say, woman, didst thou so?
No, my good lord. Myself, he, and my sister today did dine together. And so befall my soul, as this is she burdens me withal.
Ne'er may I look on day, nor sleep on night, but she tells your highness simple truth.
Oh, perjured woman! They're both forsworn, and this a madman justly charges them.
Your liege, I am advised what I say. Neither disturbed with the effect of wine, nor heady rash provoked with raging ire. Albeit my wrongs would make one wiser mad. That woman hath this day locked me out from dinner! And that goldsmith there, were he not packed in with her, the witness to it! For he was with me then, who parted with me thence to fetch a chain, promising to bring it to the Porpentine, where Balthazar and I dined together. Our dinner done, and he not coming thither, I went to seek him, and I met him, and in his company that gentleman. There did this perjured goldsmith swear me down that I had of him a chain, which God he knows I saw not. For the which he arrested me by an officer. Fairly, I did obey, and sent my peasant home for certain ducats. He with none returned. Verily, I bespoke the officer to accompany me home in person. By the way, we met my wife, her sister, and a rabble more of vile confederates. They brought one Pinch, a hungry, lean-faced villain, a near anatomy, a mountebank, a threadbare juggler and fortune-teller, a needy, hollow-eyed, sharp-looking wretch, a living dead man! This pernicious slave, forsooth, took on him as a conjurer, and gazing in mine eyes, feeling mine pulse, and with no face as 'twere outfacing me, cries out, I was possessed! Then they fell upon me, bound me, bore me thence, and in a dark and dankish vaulted home, left me and my man still bound together, till, gnawing with our teeth our bonds in sunder, we ran hither to your grace, whom I beseech to give ample satisfaction for these deep shames and great indignities.
My lord, thus far I witnessed with him that he dined on his home but was locked out.
But had he such a chain of thee, or no?
He had, my lord, and these people saw that same chain about his neck when he ran into here.
Besides, I will be sworn, these ears of mine, but you confess you had the chain of him, after you first forswore it on the mark, and thereupon you fled into this abbey here, from whence I think you are come by miracle.
I never came within these abbey walls, nor didst thou draw thy sword on me. I never saw the chain, so help me heaven. This is false, you burden me withal.
Why, what an intricate impeach this is. I think you've all drunk of Circe's cup. If here you housed him, here he would have been. If he were mad, he would not plead so coldly. You say he dined at home. The goldsmith here denies that saying. Sir, what say you?
Sir, he dined with her at the Porpentine.
He did, and from my finger snatched that ring.
It is true, my liege. This ring I had of her.
Sawest thou him enter at the abbey here?
As sure, my liege, as I do see your grace.
Why, this is strange. Go call the abbess hither. I think we're all mated or stark mad.
Mighty Duke, vouchsafe me speak a word. Haply I see a friend will save my life, and pay the sum that will deliver me.
Speak freely, Syracusan, what thou wilt.
Is not your name, sir, called Antipholus? And is not this your bondman Dromio?
Within this hour I was his bondman, sir. But he, I thank you, not into my accords. Now am I Dromio and his man unbound.
Oh, I'm sure you both of you remember me.
Ourselves we do remember, sir, by you. For lately we were bound as you are now. You are not Pinch's patient, are you, sir?
Why look you strange on me? You know me well.
I have never seen you in my life till now.
Oh, grief hath changed me since you saw me last. and many hours with time's deformed hand have written strange the features on my face. Yet tell me this, dost thou not yet know my voice?
Neither.
Romeo, nor thou?
No, sir, nor I.
I am sure thou dost.
Ourselves you do remember, sir, by you. For lately we were bound as you are now. We don't remember.
Not know my voice. Oh, time's extremity hath so cracked and split in my poor tongue, that here, in 7 short years, my only son knows not its feeble key of untuned cares. Though now this graded face of mine be hid in sap consuming winter's grizzled snow, and all the conduits of my blood froze up, yet hath this night of life some memory, these broken lamps some fading glimmer left, these dull deaf ears a little used to hear, all these old witnesses, I cannot err. Tell me thou art my son Antipholus.
I never saw my father in all my life.
7 years since, boy, in Syracusa, thou knowest we parted. But perhaps thou shamest to acknowledge me in misery.
The Duke and all who know me in the city can witness to it, that it is not so. I never saw Syracusa in all my life.
I tell thee, Syracusan, 20 years have I been patron to Antipholus, during which time he ne'er saw Syracusa. I see thy age and dangers make thee dote.
Most mighty Duke, behold a man much wrong.
I see 2 husbands. My eyes deceive me.
One of these men is genius to the other, and so of these. Which is the natural man, and which the spirit? Who deciphers them?
I, Sir Dromio, command him away.
I, Sir Dromio, pray let me stay.
Old Aegeon, art thou not, or else his ghost?
Oh, my old master, who hath bound him here?
Whoever hath bound him, I will loose his bonds, and gain a husband by his liberty. If thou beest the same, thou hadst a wife once called Amelia, who bore thee at a burden 2 fair sons. Oh, if thou beest the same, Aegeon, speak, and speak unto the same Amelia.
Why, here begins his morning story right. These 2 Antipholuses, these 2 so like, and these 2 Dromios, one in semblance, besides her urging of her rack at sea. These are the parents of these children, which are accidentally met together.
If I dream not, thou art Amelia. Thou art she, tell me, what happened to that son that floated with thee on that fatal raft?
By men of Epidamion, he and I and the twin Dromio all were taken up. But by and by, rude fishermen of Corinth, by force, took Dromio and my son from them. And me, they left with those of Epidamion. What became of them, I cannot tell. I did this fortune that you see me in.
Antipholus, thou camest from Corinth first.
No, sir, I came from Syracuse.
Stay, stand apart. I know not which is which.
I came from Corinth, my lord, and I with him, brought to this town by that most famous warrior, Duke Menaphon, your most renowned uncle.
Which of you 2 did dine with me today?
I, gentle mistress.
And are you not my husband?
No, I say nay to that.
And so do I. Did she call me so? And this fair gentlewoman, her sister here, did call me brother. What I told you then, I hope I shall have leisure to make good. if this be not a dream we see in here.
Can you deny it?
I think I had, I deny not.
And for this chain, you arrested me.
I think I did, sir. I deny it not.
I sent you money, sir, to be your bail by Dromio, but I think he brought it not.
No, none by me.
This purse of ducats I received from you, and Dromio, my man, did bring them me. I see we still did meet each other's man, and I was ta'en for him, and he for me. And thereupon these errors are arose.
These ducats caught I from my father here. Shall not need. Thy father hath his life.
Sir, I must have that ring.
Ah, take it, and with it, my thanks for my good cheer.
Renowned Duke, vouchsafe to take the pains to go with us into the garden here, and here at large discourseth all our fortunes, that by the sympathized one day's error have suffered wrong. Go, keep us company, and we shall make full satisfaction. 33 years have I begun travail of you, my sons, and until this present hour, my heavy burden ne'er delivered. The Duke, my husband, and my children both, and you, the calendar's nativity, go to a gossip's feast in the garden, and after so long grief, such nativity.
With all my heart, I'll gossip at this feast.
Shall I fetch your stuff from ship, boy? Dromio, what stuff of mine hast thou embarked?
Your goods that lay at host are at the centaur.
He speaks to me. I am your master, Dromio. Come, go with us. We'll look at that anon. Embrace thy brother then. Rejoice with him.
There is a fat friend at your master's house. Kitchen meat for you today at dinner. She now shall be my sister, not my wife.
Methinks you are my glass, and not my brother. I see by you I'm a sweet face. Will you walk in to see their gossiping?
Not I, sir. You are my elder.
That's a question. How shall we try it?
We'll draw cuts for the senior. Till then, lead thou first.
Nay, then thus. You came into this world like brother and brother. Now let's go hand in hand. Not one, but four men.
phenomenal time putting it on, and we hope you enjoyed it as well. But there's one person on stage, or who is not on stage, that should be, and that is our director, Miss Maria. Now, everyone up here has had the absolute pleasure of learning from Mrs. Bigley over the course of the past semester. She's taught us so much, not just how to be better actors, but how to be better people. She's helped us come out of our shells, and the show would not be the same. Thank you so much.
There's no way I didn't do this all by myself at all. So don't get that idea. So I have to, as you know and you all love, there are so many people, not just also your parents that got you here and all the work you did, but Mrs. Gulliver, the Gullivers who helped with the set, my husband, who I put through a lot, and last but not least, Mrs. Susan Newman. Out of goodwill, like comforters. And she needs to stand up. I don't know where you are. Get up! We have a reception that we'd like you to take pictures and whatever. Enjoy yourselves. We're having a reception. And then in a little while, we could use a lot of help taking all this down. But thanks for coming, everybody. I hope you enjoy it.
When it's nighttime in Italy, it's Wednesday over here. Why do onions in Sicily make people cry in California? Why does a fly? When does a bee? How does a wasp sit down to have its tea? If you talk to an Eskimo, his breath will freeze your ear. When it's nighttime in Italy and it's Wednesday over here. When it's nighttime in Italy, it's Wednesday over here. When it's fish day in Birmingham, in Oldham they eat tripe and trotters. How high is up? I'd like to know. How low is down? And when shall we have snow? If it's Christmas in Palestine, we shan't have our New Year till it's nighttime in Italy and it's Wednesday over here. When it's nighttime in Italy, it's Wednesday over here. When bananas are oranges and pubs are owned by Barbara Castle, we'll have a drink, we'll be convinced, we'll have no fear of ever getting pinched. And we'll go on our holidays and dive off Wigan Pier. When it's nighttime in Italy and it's Wednesday